you guys believe in charting? Do you guys believe in charting in Norway? Do you guys believe being in the top 100 podcasts of Norway? Because I know I do. I know Self Interrupted does. Everyone, let's give a round of applause to Norway for putting Self Interrupted in their top 100 podcasts on the Apple Podcast charts. Yes. You know, every week I come onto this podcast and I tell you a new country and a new chart position. And you're thinking, Kit, oh my God, you're bragging. Like your ego's getting a bit too big for its boots. Notice how I said every week there's a new country. It's not the same. No. We go in the charts, we say our hellos, and then we quickly say our goodbyes. We're not staying in the charts. But one day we will. Frankly, yeah. That's a dream that will come true soon. But for right now, it's countries that I don't believe I have any association with, in the sense that I don't quite know if I actually have talked to anyone from Norway that's listened to Self Interrupted. But hey, listen, if you're from Norway and you're listening, thank you so much for making this podcast chart in your country. Much like South Korea. Guys, who's from South Korea? Hands up. I know. Oh, sorry, I put my hand up. I'm not from South Korea. But again, thank you to you guys. Self Interrupted's charting in your country. I'm from the UK, so that makes sense as to why Self Interrupted's charting in my country, because I know at least I sometimes listen to the podcast. Sometimes I just have to do a little 1-2 check, just to make sure I haven't said anything silly. You might have noticed, actually no, I don't know if I want to say this. Right. There are certain things I don't talk about on the podcast anymore. Dating being one of them. I feel like I had a nice arc with dating on the podcast recently. I started dating at the beginning of this season. I was like, yeah, dating. And then I started properly dating someone. And then I was like, oh my God, guys, this might be it. Then things started to take a turn. And I was like, ooh. And then I made an episode called Knowing Your Worth Opens Your World. That's when that relationship was crumbling, guys. Okay, just for a bit of context. And then it was like, then there was the breakup. And then we knew about that. And I think it's kind of beautiful that we had that arc. I was telling Emma about this the other day. I was like, I don't think I need to talk about dating anymore on the podcast, because I've had the arc of the relationship. Like this season, guys, I'm gonna be real honest. Can I be one-on-one to my Norwegians out there that clearly are listening to this podcast so desperately, actually? I forgot what I was gonna say. Great. Oh no, that's perfect. I don't like talking about dating anymore. And I think it's tired. It's done. We had our moment. No, I was gonna say this season feels like it's been going on forever. Is anyone else growing tired of it? I'm serious. Not that I'm tired of the season. I feel as though I'm boring people. You know, I feel like I'm not interesting to be talking every week for an hour. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit masochistic. Is that the right word? Anyway, today we're talking about things that have changed my life this week. Emphasis on this week, because there's been quite a lot of life-changing events that have been going on this week. One being that I didn't upload an episode of the podcast, and yeah, right. I just didn't really feel like it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna try and give excuses. I went through some things the weekend prior, and I was like, I'm not in the mood. I tried to do an episode that was related to the topics that I went through on the weekend, and I was like, this just feels too serious for Self Interrupted. That's not my give. You know, I'm not the girl that comes on the podcast and talks about incredibly serious stuff that's happening in my life. I'll talk about things that are a little deeper, but I'll always have a giggle about them. And the thing that I was talking about, I feel like I couldn't really giggle about. So yeah, we had to scrap that episode. And I do want you to know that I recorded for an hour and a half. That was a serious episode to me, and I edited most of it. I didn't. That's a lie. See, now that's a lie. One thing about me is I'm going to let you know when I'm lying. I couldn't even let that stay in my orbit for a couple seconds until I had to let you know that's a lie. And one thing about me is that I will tell you I'm lying. Well, of course I am. So that was kind of life-changing this week. What else was life-changing this week? Now, life-changing to me, it changes the trajectory of my life. And to me, that can be a gluten-free brownie, right? You clicked on this episode thinking that something serious was happening. And I am like, yeah, no, gluten-free brownies. So, right. There's a cafe in Dalston that does an incredible gluten-free brownie. And I have been tapping into that quite a lot recently. And I'm a gluten-free brownie diva. I am an expert on the matter because I am gluten-free, famously. This gluten-free brownie is indulgent. It's £3.29. It's a little bit spenny. However, it's, can you taste that? It's like gooey. It's gooey. It's definitely like undercooked, but there are like chewy, crispy bits on the bottom. And it's just like sex. Like it's sex. It's sex. When you eat it, it's sex. When you eat it with a black Americano and you're journaling in your Paper Republic journal, thank you so much. I got a Paper Republic journal recently, guys. I know I'm insufferable, but my God, it's leather, real leather. Yep, I'll let you know. And I am vegetarian, and I don't want to hear it. Okay, you're vegetarian. Look at that. And who said I wasn't going to wear leather or use leather? Sorry, guys. If it's sustainably sourced, it's sustainably sourced. I don't know what to tell you. You know, that leather smells good. I want to write next to it. And one thing that that has changed my life recently is having my own opinions. Like sometimes I will like overthink things and I think, oh, maybe I can't say that I like having leather products because it makes me seem like a bad person. I'm committing to climate change. Girl, please. Like, as if me having a leather product is really going to ruin the world. I'm sorry, I don't want to be like really problematic, but the amount of things that massive corporations do that tear down the ecosystem and create such incredible amounts of climate change in a bad way. And I'm like, wait, can I get a Paper Republic journal? Yes, you can, girl. Like, it will be fine. I think they'll live. Well, the cows won't. Ooh. You know? But the cow, girl, they were going to be meat anyway, and I wasn't going to eat the meat. So I've got to get some kind of benefit out of that cow. Right. Anyway, so gluten-free brownie, famously, love her. And, right. See, now, you guys know that I have a regular cafe that I go to in London, and she's kind of being threatened by this cafe in Dalston now. Like, this cafe in Dalston might become my new regular, which is ironic because while I was on Dalston High Street, I saw one of the cafe workers that works in my favorite cafe in like North London. And I said, "Oh, what are you doing here, Queen?" And she said, "Oh my God, it's so lovely to see you. I've never even asked for your name." And I was like, oh, it's getting personal now between these cafe owners. They expect me to come. But the last time I did go to my favorite cafe in North London, they weren't giving me good vibes, guys. Like, they didn't let me, even though it is a rule of theirs, you can't have your laptop in the cafe in the weekend. I thought that they'd let me slide. I thought they'd let me write my Substack in their cafe on the weekend, but they said, no, you have to sit outside. And I was like, baby, your cafe, no shade. It's never shade. Of course it's never shade. Your cafe's not that busy. Like, it really... Your cafe isn't giving, like, we need a laptop rule on the weekend. Like, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I think you need the customers. I think you do. And I will happily be that customer. But now I'm sitting outside with my brownie and my black Americano. Like, ooh. Right. But yeah, gluten-free brownie changed my life. Something else food-related that changed my life this week. Can we give it up for birria tacos? Vegetarian birria tacos. Ooh. Guys, I had no idea. I have full body chills. I do. So I went out to this Mexican bar restaurant and I was expecting to just get drinks, but I ended up getting birria tacos, which I'm sorry, like a spontaneous meal is always going to get me together. Like it always will. Those birria tacos were so yummy. And I think they were, I believe it was like a dragon fruit kind of, oh, I feel like dragon fruit's not the right one. No. Is it dragon fruit? Yeah, it might be dragon fruit. I think it's dragon fruit, right? The one that's like famously like a meat alternative. It was that. I believe there was some kind of mushrooms going on. And it was just special. It had like a dipping sauce. And I was like, this is paramount to me. I love using the word paramount at the moment. There's something like, ooh, like this is paramount. Paramount being like, this is top of the agenda. Like this is important. Like this is like top of my priorities. Like this is paramount. Like the vegan birria tacos, they're paramount. And you guys need to tap in. Can I say that me posting on Instagram was something that changed my life, or is that a bit silly? Because I feel like that's kind of life-changing. Maybe to you, not so much to me. But I feel like to a lot of people that did kind of change the trajectory of their life. You know, they saw that photo, they were like, oh my God, Kit, like, need her. My life changed. Right. Got some comments that I was happy about. Some people saw it that I was happy about. Like, you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta remind yourself that you are that girl, and it is, Like, I did do that photo shoot with Hanifa, had to upload on Instagram and just be like, yeah, the caption being something to think about. Right. Yeah. Like, and the photos were a little bit sassy. Like, they were a little bit sassy. It was me in like my underwear with tights, pulling down a horizontal striped top. It was so Kit Costello coded. Yeah. But I didn't have my star ring on. Famously, I wear a star ring every single day of my life. When I don't wear that star ring, I need you to know that it's serious. Like, I had to take the star ring off to feel, oof, that extra bit of like, this is not Kit Costello. This is model vibes. Like, we're tapping into something new. Um, yeah, I felt really hot, felt very sexy, and I feel like that was a little bit life changing, along with the birria tacos. Oh, some more food. Oh my god, wait, this is just food that's changed my life. Guys, if you're gluten free, even if you're not gluten free, tap into Rice to Meet You in Dalston, a special place for everyone. My friend Emma and I, Emma's flatmate Emma and I, we are both gluten free, and we discovered this place called Rice to Meet You, and it's like our little local now. Like, it really is. We get the gluten-free banana bread, and I recently have started to have the rice muffins, which sound a bit bizarre. I believe it's just made with rice flour. I'm making you think of like an egg muffin. Think of an egg muffin, how it's like, it looks like a muffin, but it's made out of eggs. This is something that looks like a muffin, but it's made out of rice flour, and it's savory. And this, I had a truffle rice muffin with a spring onion rice muffin. Oh my god. And I went to a shop and I got a salad on the side. And I sat down in the flat and I just ate. And I had one of those moments where I was like, I think everything's going to be okay. Like, especially if you do end up going to the Rice to Meet You, get the truffle rice cake. That one's my favorite because it tastes like, I don't know how to describe it, guys. It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like a roast dinner. Love you, Rice to Me. Also, I just love being a local somewhere because the lady was like, oh my god, I saw you the other day. And I was like, well, yes, of course you did. And you could ask for my name, you didn't. You could say that I have a discount, you didn't. Like, what happened to like customer loyalty? I don't know. Like, if I had a cafe, if I had a restaurant, I just think that I would be like, oh my god, you're always here. Like, here's a little free treat. Surely. Maybe it's more like I need to plan my timings. I think if I went near the end of the day, they'd be like, ugh, all this food's just gonna go to waste. May as well just give it to this bitch. And I'd take it. Like, my mum, when we were younger, we used to always go to the same like little cafe on a Friday. Friday was treat day in our family. I used to get 50p to spend at the shops. Love it. We used to really queen out with that 50p. And then my mum used to go to the bakery, and it was always after school on a Friday before they closed, and they'd always give us like so many free baked goods because they were just going to go in the bin. Yeah, waste not, want not. Again, I go back to me buying a leather paper Republic journal is not the thing that's contributing to the world falling apart. It's bakeries throwing away all their baked goods and not giving them to Kit Costello. Like, guys, bring your baked goods over here. Right, anyway, Rice to Meet You, Rice to Meet You. Up next, watching VMA performance on the sofa with Emma. So I'm actually not that much of a VMA girl. I am more of a Grammys girl. The Grammys I will stay up for every single year until 4 a.m. Like, that's religious to me. It is. The VMAs, I don't really care for her. But I did make my friends sit down and watch Tate McRae and Conan Gray's performances because they are just a little bit special. Like, the last 30 seconds of Tate McRae's performance at the VMAs, where she's singing Sports Car and then she goes into a dance break and she's singing, yeah, you know what? And she can't even finish the sentence because she has to serve. Conan Gray was on the TV. Then after that, something else that changed my life that same night, tarot card reading. Guys, I got my tarot cards read for the first time. And I forget what ritual I did because you can do different types of readings with like a different amount of cards, what the intention of the reading is, etc. I feel like mine was just like a life reading. And it kind of, it was girl, it read me. Damn. Like, I was, Jesus. I was like, oh my god. And I got a tarot card that said the star, but it was upside down. Gag. And Emma was like, yeah, it basically means you don't feel like you're a star right now. And I was like, oh shit. Like, That's kind of season 5 summed up, bitch. That's season 5 of Self Interrupted summed up. So what I learned from that tarot card reading was that I need to follow my intuition, which is something I literally told Emma like 2 hours beforehand. I was like, I just feel like I need to follow my intuition at the moment. And I feel like everything's falling into place, but I just need to trust that it is. And then it literally came from the tarot cards. It was crazy. And that was life changing because I was like, I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm in the right space. So I have to remind myself of that sometimes. But yeah, those are the things that have changed my life this week. Please do let me know what's changed your life this week. Give me a little DM. You can also comment on Spotify. I don't know if anyone's going to do that because frankly, I'd find that quite intense. But just DM me, Queen. It's okay. You don't have to comment. I'm not going to make you go. I'm not going to make you. Don't worry. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Mini Interruption. I'm sending you love. As always, Kit.